Hello, my dear Frequency Awakening community and also Holy Nation community, because we also have people that follow us that are outside of the Frequency Awakening, and it's okay because we're all one big happy family. We have a lot of people from the Frequency Awakening that love following what other leaders do from the other teams. We have those teams that like following what we do, and I'm all for that. It's not about controlling anybody on your team, it's by letting everyone this is not a dictatorship. This is like, let's go. You want to follow JR, you find him more sympathetic than me, follow JR. You want to follow Matthew because he looks smarter than me, follow Matthew. You want to follow, I don't know, whatever the reason is, follow whoever inspires you, all right? Like, and I'm saying this from my heart. I never try to control nobody on my team. Like it's a free world. Yes, you may be on my team, but it doesn't mean I own you. I owe you. Like I don't own you. You understand? And it's okay even if people on your team like following other people. Listen, if it inspires them to get to the next level, hey, I'm all for that, right, Anna? Listen, use whatever you want, follow whoever you want. If it can empower you to get to the next level, just do whatever it takes. Today we have two great speakers that I'm going to bring on after because we're going to start with our normal training with JR. We have Coach Jenna and also Pete, who we've never heard from yet, which I'm super excited about hearing from. And Coach Jenna also has a lot of value. Please pay attention to what these people will say. By the way, great call yesterday, Kwame, on your mindset. Congratulations. You nailed it, brother. Everybody loves your calls. Tomorrow, we're going to have a Star Maker call with Anna on leadership and already have a couple of ideas of some people that we can invite. You know, when we do all our calls, everyone, I'm not trying to always use the same people. I'm just trying to pick all the different leaders that we have throughout all the teams, and I'm trying to highlight you and bring you on stage, all right, in front of everyone. So if I'm missing a name here and you're having a lot of success, please reach out to me so I know that I can invite you to Anna's call or to JR's call because we'd like to have a couple of people on each of these calls every week because that's stories tell, stories sell. It's always been like that, and it'll always be like that. So without taking too much more time, first of all, the call's loading up. Yay! It looks like, oh, listen, everyone, if you're allergic to money, please go away. This is not for you. Now, if you want to learn about practitioners and you want to learn about all these holistic things and how all the water bottles that they sell at the store are not good for you, go to the Monday call. They'll explain it to you. If you want to learn about mindset, because mindset's an important part of the equation. I'm sorry, but mindset is a very important part of success. Go to Kwame's call on Tuesday. If you want to learn how to make money, well, JR is the man for that. He's made money more than once in his life. I'm going to let him share his story. Somebody that I respect tremendously. Hey, brother, I can't wait to see you in Anaheim. I don't know if you saw the announcements on the Holy Nation, the setup, the lights. I mean, this is going to be sick, eh? I don't know about all of you here, but if anybody, yes, Pete, I know we get to hug for the first time in Anaheim, buddy. Don't worry, I know that. This is going to be exciting in Anaheim. You still have time, eh? So try to get there, everyone. And you know what? Try to go there with some people on your team because you don't want to be the only one excited. You want your people to be excited too. JR, you're the man. I love you. Thank you. Take it away, brother.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Luigi. What's up, everybody? I get so fired up about this call because it's all about the money side of things. When I first saw network marketing, I didn't see a product or a service, although there was something special when I saw it. I saw a way to make money and to build leverage. So today I'm going to talk more story. I'm going to go over the compensation plan fairly quickly, but only talk about the main two parts of the comp plan that makes us the most money and then really talk about how to build this business from an online perspective where you're not doing thousands of meetings. You don't have to be a professional speaker. You don't need to know all the details or anything like that. Because without that, you can't really build a business. And not a lot of people can be a professional speaker. So when I show you the system that I've been using, and other people have adopted it, it works. And literally, I actually stole it and learned it from our uplighters, Tuan and Van. But before I get into it, my name is JR. I live in Vancouver, Canada. I come from a traditional Filipino family. I didn't come from money or anything like that. Both my parents worked two jobs. I never saw them growing up, and there's nothing wrong with that. My parents had to provide for me and my brother, and we just weren't those rich, typical Asians. I wish I came from that rich Asian family, but that wasn't the case for me. So I got introduced to direct sales and network marketing about 11 years ago. Me being Filipino, you would think I would be able to sing or dance, and I can't do any of that, so I can't do that talent. So I needed to find something else. And I didn't want to go to school for 4 years, the 8 years, and spend all that money. So I needed to find something. And 11 years ago, I met a guy making $50,000 a month, and he didn't have to work anymore. He was living the life. He was driving the car, spending a lot of time on vacations, wearing the nice Rolexes and all the jewelry. And I wanted that. So I listened to him because when it comes to direct sales and network marketing, I remember when I first got involved, my parents, my family, my friends, they were like, oh my God, don't do those things. The guy at the top makes all the money. They're illegal. You're probably going to end up going to jail. And I couldn't take their advice because they've never made $1 million before. So I needed to get around people, around mentors, people like Luigi, like my last mentor, Travis, that were making the money that I wanted and the lifestyle that I wanted. See, now, if you were to look at my social media, and this isn't to boast or show off or anything like that, if you wanted to find me, it's just JR Omega, OMAGA, not EGA. And it's the same thing on Facebook, just put a space in between JR and my last name. But what you're going to see is pictures of me having my dream car, my lifestyle, the partying with my friends and my family, the vacations, the Rolexes, and just the lifestyle that I always wanted. And, 11 years ago, I didn't have this. I was working 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? And I found myself following in the same footsteps as my parents. And I'm actually going to show you here real quick. Um, my parents right here, the reason why I'm bringing up my social media is to show this. My parents are just regular people working hard. And I found myself following in the same footsteps, which was working 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, and never getting ahead in life. I needed to find something where I could build systems and have that passive income. See, my daughter is 16 years old today. During the first 4 years of her life, I was in the same footsteps as my parents, which was watching my daughter grow up while she was sleeping. And thank goodness I met a guy. And when I got introduced to direct sales and network marketing, when my friend invited me, I'm like, I know what those things are. I'm not going to that stupid meeting. Those are illegal. The guy at the top makes all the money. And that came from the mindset of my parents. But luckily, my friend was smart enough. He said, listen, the meeting's happening. There's food and beer. And I'm like, I'll be there. And when I saw the information, I was just like, holy crap. This is actually real. I just got to share some information with some people and they tell some other people and we can all make money. But then I can become the number one income earner in the company if I work hard enough. So this isn't like a job where the guy at the top, your boss, the owner of the company makes all the money. In this, you can literally come into this today and become the number one income earner. So that's what I love about direct sales and network marketing because it's an equal opportunity. See, my parents taught me go to school, get good grades, and then get a good job. And then you work 40 hours a week minimum for 40 years of your life minimum to retire on 40 or 50% of that income you couldn't live off in the first place. So I wanted to find something different. I wanted to set aside 2 to 3, 4 years of my life, a season of my life, work part-time during the first year, maybe second year, and then third year, fourth year, go full-time. And then by the fifth year, you're retired because you've got that passive income like Luigi, right? So other than that, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull up my screen. I'm going to go over the compensation plan pretty quickly. And if you don't understand it, don't worry. There's videos. There's people that can help support you that can go over the details with you. So that way you understand every detail. But I want to give you guys, for especially the people that are brand new on here, just a little snippet of how the money works. And then I'll give you a game plan. Okay. So other than that, when it comes to direct sales and network marketing, okay, there are all these other companies, the Amways, the Mary Kays, the Usana, the Herbalife, the WFG, the Primerica, okay, the OlyLife. All these companies have a product or service that has value to people. At the end of the day, the business people, the people that want to make money like myself, we just have to have a product or a service that has a benefit to people, but we kind of don't really care about the product. Although our product in OlyLife is phenomenal, you should hear the stories and the transformations and how it's helping people in their health. But the business people, they're looking for an opportunity to make money at the end of the day, and that's where we are with this. Actually, before I even get into the slides, I got to tell a little bit more of a story here. So I got involved with OlyLife back in May, and Luigi actually gave me a call. And I didn't join right away. He just followed up with me 2, 3, 4 weeks later. I finally said, okay, fine, Luigi, you're persistent. Actually, Luigi helped me make my first 7 figures in another industry, in another company, and that's why I trusted him. So I finally said, you know what? Here's my credit card. Send me the machine. I got that machine back in May. Okay. It sat in a box for about 3 months. I knew nothing about PMF or pulse electromagnetic field, but I figured I'd just get in because I wanted to get in into the company and get a position. Because when you understand the compensation plan, it's about timing and getting in before the masses. So when I got that product, sat in a box for about 3 months. I finally unboxed the machine and I give that device to my mother-in-law. I say, hey, mom, here's a PMF device. Put your feet on it, drink some water. And I forgot about it for about 3 months. What ends up happening is I end up going to Thailand for something completely different, okay, in August. Okay. I'm there for something else, for another business opportunity or whatever the case. But guess who's in that on that same trip for a different opportunity or a different business meeting? Tuan and Van. If you don't know who Tuan and Van are, they actually have they're the first $1 million income earners outside of Asia. So they're the first ones in North America, and there are going to be many more because this company is 3 years old, doing $1 billion worth of revenue. It's created over 500 millionaires in Asia, and now there's one finally outside of Asia, and we get to be the next ones. But in this meeting in August, on a side conversation with Tuan and Van is like, "Hey, are you in this company called OlyLife?" We're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Who'd you sign up with?" I'm like, "Luigi." He's like, "Oh, well, he's in my team. Why aren't you building it?" I'm like, "I don't know, PMF machines, pulse electromagnetic field. I'm already making $50,000 a month in another company. Why would I look at this foot machine that I know nothing about?" Then he starts telling me about the income, okay? Because that's what piques my interest. He's like, "Dude, we've only been building this for a few months and we're already making $15,000, $20,000 a month." I'm like, "Really? Are you serious?" And he's like, at the time, they're like, "There's only 200 millionaires and they're all in Asia, but we get to be the first ones to be the next millionaires in this company in North America, Europe, Australia, Mexico." Then he starts talking about the product and it's how it's helping people. So now I go home and I'm like, what the heck? What's going on here? So I go home and I ask my mother-in-law, I'm like, "Hey, mom, how's that product working for you?" She's like, "JR, in 3 months, I've lost 20 pounds. But here's what's interesting. I'm able to walk around the house without my two-handed walker." I'm like, "Holy crap." So I give it to my mom. My mom, she starts using it. Her arthritis subsides. Okay. And then I start giving it to my daughter. My daughter starts using it. Her period and all that gets really bad. It subsides as well. And she gets these foot pains from playing badminton at a professional level. That goes away. I'm like, "Holy crap, there's a benefit to this." I start using it. I have the most amazing sleeps. Then my wife starts, making fun of the products, the goggles. She's like, "Oh my God, it looks like Cyclops, looks so stupid." Guess what? She's using it almost every night for her migraines. So I'm like, "Holy crap, we have a product here that has a benefit to people. You can demonstrate them and people can feel it working." And now we have a compensation plan. Now, when I looked at the compensation plan, I realized this is the best compensation plan I've ever seen in 11 years. Okay. Now I'm going to get into the compensation plan here. Now, when I started building this October 20th, this company has deposited over 85,000 US dollars into my account. So for us Canadians on this call, that's like $1 billion when you convert it. I'm just kidding. It's like, I don't know, over $100,000 now, which is pretty good. And I've been able to build this from my computer without having to do thousands of these meetings. And you won't have to do thousands of these meetings. You won't even have to be a professional presenter. So here is the money side of the company. Let's get into it. I'm just going to maximize my screen here and we're good. Here we go. Okay. So when it comes to the company, we are at the right timing. Okay. People always say this in direct sales, right time, right place. They always tell you that. But I literally believe and I know we are at the right time, right place. Why? Because this company is already $1 billion company. It's created about 500 millionaires in Asia. And now there's one now in North America. The crazy thing is, I remember when I joined, when Luigi showed this to me, it was all in Chinese and he had to explain everything to me and it was confusing. Now we have systems and tools. It's not a bumpy road anymore. There's no more potholes. It's a paved highway where if Tuan and Van hit $1 million in a year because of our systems and now they proved it, we will be able to. We will find other people that are going to break that record. Okay. So, other than that, let's get into it right here. I'm going to skip all this stuff here. And let's talk about this. So think Facebook, okay? Now, Facebook, when it first started, we didn't know it was going to be the $1 billion or even $1 trillion company it is today. Mark Zuckerberg invites 8 of his friends. 4 of them show up. The other 4 don't. But those 4 that showed up are billionaires now. But they didn't know Facebook was going to be the company it is today. With this company, we're literally at the startup of this company, but not really a startup because we have the systems, the testimonies, the tools, and everything. We're literally at the beginning of this, but we already know it's proven because it already has millions of customers in Asia and it's already created so many success stories. We're at the beginning of this. If you want something stability and you want something perfect, join Amway or join Mary Kay. Good luck making $1 million your first year in that company. Everyone knows about that company. No one even wants to join those companies anymore. This company here, no one knows about it. So we have that surprise element where people are like, wow, I've never seen something like this before. I've never heard the stories like this before. So we're literally at the beginning of this before we hit stability. We're so early at this. We have all the opportunity in the world to become the next millionaires in this company. So there are 6 ways we get paid. Okay, you can see them on the screen. Everything is based on a $1,000 purchase, and then we have this 750 point value. That's what we get our commissions paid off of, but I'm going to simplify this for all the new people. So for an example, our flagship product, the P90, it's a $1,000 purchase, okay? Or the Galaxy G1, which is 500, and the Air Machine is another 500. That's a $1,000 purchase. Or if someone spends $2,000, you're just getting more PV or more volume, double the volume, okay? So for example, a P90 Plus is $1,500, and then the Galaxy G1 is $500. That's a $2,000 purchase. What is different and what is awesome about this company, it's a $1,000 entry. That is it. There's no renewal fees. There's no monthly. There's no active status, which means you have to buy a certain amount of volume or products or service every single month. Once you're in at $1,000 purchase, you are in. You can build a global business. You're active forever. So if you come in today, or like myself, I came in May, I did nothing with this until October. I didn't have to rebuy anything. I didn't have to pay anything. I'm already active. And what I like about this company is there's no D ranking. A lot of other companies, when you hit a rank, you have to hit that monthly volume rank every single month to maintain that rank. Here, when you hit a rank, you're there forever. So this is a do nothing bonus. This all depends on who you are placed directly underneath in the organization. So whoever you're placed underneath, when they make money, you're making 5% of whatever that person above you is making until you reach 3 times your initial purchase. Okay, so if you started $1,000 purchase, but then you were to add products later on, it's based off of your initial purchase. It's 5% off of the person above you making money. Don't depend on this. This all depends on the person above you. You might see $5 here, 50 cents here, $10 here. Over time, you can potentially reach 3 times your initial purchase, even if you did nothing. Now, this is a personal sales bonus. When you personally bring in people and they like the products, they try them out, or they come in for the business opportunity, when they spend $1,000 on one of the products, you make 10% of the 750 points, which is $75. So just think when someone spends $1,000, you make $75. They add other products and they spend another $1,000, you make that 75 over and over again every time they add $1,000 product. If they come in with a $2,000 purchase, you make double the amount. So now this is where I want to spend more time on because this is a binary compensation plan. It just means two, a left team and a right team, or you can think about pairing. Okay. This is our binary tier bonus. So when you come in, you have a left team and a right team. You choose where they go. You bring in A at $1,000 purchase. You bring in B at a $1,000 purchase. One on your left, one on your right, 375 US. Let's just say you stop there and that's all you did. But A starts to grow on your left, B starts to grow on your right. A brings in C. You didn't do that. You don't even know that person. B brings in D on your right. One left, one right, 375. This is unlimited levels, okay? It goes down forever. Every level it goes down. No timeline. You can build a global business, and there is no cap on this bonus. So again, C brings in E1, D brings in F1. One new left, one new right, 375. Goes down another level. One new left, one new right, 375. Doesn't matter where the sales come from. It can come from you, could come from your team. It could also come from your upline. So when you come in, your upline is placing sales underneath you down your left side, regardless if you like it or not, if they're a builder, okay? Now, if you have 100 people down one side, that all counts towards you. The only stipulation is you have to have one person on your left that you personally brought in. Now you can take advantage of all those other 100 people down your left side, and you just got to pair it. Every time the system sees a match, B matches A, 375. D matches C, that's already there, 375. Goes down each level forever, unlimited levels, and there's no cap on this income. So this is the group sales bonus. If you don't get this part, don't worry about it. But this is another part where you make a bulk of your money. This is the group sales binary bonus. So in this example, you have one new left, one new right, 375. Goes down a level. one new left, one new right, 375. Well, what happens to all these other ones that you didn't get your 375 on? Okay, at $1,000 purchase, you're getting 11% of the 750 points. So it's 8,250. Okay. It doesn't have to match exactly on each line like the tier bonus. It just has to match the volume. So if you have 500 volume holding on this side and every time it's matching, it's 8,250, 8,250, 8,250, 8,250. But here's the caveat. You're capped at $1,000 per day in this bonus. This bonus is unlimited. This one here, you're capped at $1,000 per day. So if you're at $1,000 purchase and you make $1,300 in a day in this bonus, the 300 will just be forfeited to the company. You would need to upgrade to a $2,000 purchase, not spend another 2,000, just pay the difference, buy another product. Trust me, you're going to be able to afford it when you're starting to cap out at $1,000 per day. You get an extra percentage, so now it's 90, 90, 90, 90, 99, 90, but you're capped at $2,000 per day. And then the $6,000 package gets you another percentage here, but you're capped at $7,000 per day. Guys, Tuan and Van are literally capping out this bonus, which is ridiculous. And here's another bonus. Don't worry about the details on this, but this is a coaching bonus or think generations. Think you have a family. So at a $1,000 purchase, you get 3 generations. So as a family, you have a baby that has a baby, that's your grandchild. Your grandchild has a baby, that's your great grandchild now. Okay. On your first generation, you're making 10% of whatever your person is doing in this bonus. When they bring in someone, it's 5%. And when they bring in, it's 5%. Okay. So to open up the fourth and fifth generation, you need a total of 3 personal referrals and be at the $2,000 package. And to open up the sixth generation, you need to be at a $6,000 package with a total of 5 personal referrals. Guys, there are people in Asia making $100,000 a month just off of this bonus, just by recruiting or bringing in one person. And that one person got excited and created a bunch of generations in the organization. And now there are people making $100,000 a month. Is that going to happen all the time? No, it's like winning a lottery. You got to find a really big builder, but it's possible. So this is the global pool bonus. This is where you start to hit ranks. And when you hit a rank, you're there forever. It can never derank. The company sets aside 5% of annual revenue and splits it up between the leaders in the company. And depending on your rank, depends on how many shares you're getting. And this is paid once a year. So when your team gets to 14 on the left and 14 on the right as a team, remember, you can have one on the left, one on the right, and they bring in 13 people at $1,000 purchase. You're now in M1, you're getting 1 share of the global pool bonus. Okay. Now keep in mind, if people are upgrading, they're adding other packages, or they come in with a $2,000 package, it's not 14 on each side now, it's half the amount because they're coming in with bigger packages or they're adding packages down the road. Okay. See, Tuan and Van are the first M6s outside of Asia. And literally, they are making a crap ton of money, anywhere from 300 to $500,000 a month right now. It's crazy. So here is a action plan. And this is a simple build. It's a 2x2 build. Okay. Just get 2 people. When you can get 2 people, one on your left, one on your right, you're proficient at this. Okay. I always say teach people how to teach so you can go to the beach. So if we can just get 2 and teach those 2 to each get their 2, tell them to get their 2. And as this starts to grow out, here's a cool action plan based off of a $2,000 enrollment. When this happens, you bring in one on your left, one on your right. You've made 1,050 already. And as this starts to grow, 4 now. And as this starts to grow to 12 levels deep, you've made about $935,000 now. Now, how you earn that money is the fast start bonus, your personal sales bonus, 150 here because it's a $2,000 purchase, another 150 here because it's a $2,000 purchase. The tier bonus, the 375, 375 times 2 because it's a $2,000 purchase. Down to 12 levels pays 9 grand, but look where the bulk of the money comes from. The 8250, 8250, 8250. As you start to get duplication, the binary bonus is where you start making your big money, and then you add your generational check match. Guys, $935,000, $1,000,000. Okay, Tuan and Van, they did it in less than a year. If it takes you longer than a year, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, that is still phenomenal money. Even if it takes you 10 years and you're doing this on a part-time basis, that is phenomenal money. Guys, you know how life-changing an extra $500 to $1,000 is for people in today's age? That will literally save people's homes, their relationship, their cars from being repossessed. We can literally focus on just helping people make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, right? And that will change people's lives. It will help them. If the $1,000,000 is too big for you, don't worry about that. We can do the small increments, which will lead to the big money. So here's what's really important why I understood this. I've been in direct sales and network marketing, and in a binary, I knew when Luigi called me, I was like, holy crap, Luigi's gonna go all in into this. I better need to get in ASAP before he finds people because he has to place people underneath me, regardless if he likes it or not. So I was like, I need to get in before the masses. So you are getting the next best spot in the organization. We can't put people above you, we have to put people below you. But we understand that when people need to think about it, okay, they're gonna think about it. But that's gonna be a huge mistake, okay? Because we're running a business. We might go show Andrew. Andrew's gonna get that next best spot. Okay. What's crazy though is that when you come in, you make that decision, you are now in Andrew's team as well. Okay. But if Andrew's a builder, you are going to miss out on all the volume that could have counted towards your income. You want to get that next best spot. You want to tell your friends to get that next best spot before an Andrew shows up and you could take advantage of all that volume that helps your income. Okay. So, other than that, I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to switch gears here. I'm going to go over the fast start training on this, on what to do, how to build this business so you're not on thousands of meetings. And it's an easy, duplicatable system. And I also named it Tick Tick Boom, which I'll explain afterwards. I just want to show you guys the process first. Okay. So when it comes to building this business, not everyone can jump on a webinar and speak to 92 people. Some people get scared of that. Some people can't even speak to two people in person. Okay. So when you do this, I've been able to build this online or by my phone just by sending out a text message to people that I know, or I go on Facebook and I'm just looking for people that I haven't talked to in a while, but I have some sort of relationship with them. Doesn't mean I have to meet them, but if I've talked to them on social media before, I have some sort of relationship with them. So I'm reaching out to people because I need to find people to talk to. So I use social media, Facebook, Instagram, or I go through my phone and I'm texting people that I know. First thing I want to do is I want to pique people's interest. Okay. I usually send a photo to someone. I take a picture of the P90 and I literally send it to my friend or the person I know or who I'm contacting. And I say, hey, have you seen this device before? And I add the picture. Okay. And I wait for a response. If they don't respond to me, I wait 2, 3 days later because people get busy and I just say, hey, I sent you a message about a picture. Have you seen that picture by the chat by chance? And usually by then they'll reply. The most important part of this is the story. I've seen it in the chats. Stories sell, facts tell. You need to have your story straight. And I kind of shared my story with you guys. And I do my story either by calling them or I literally do a voice note. And literally, my voice notes are anywhere from a minute and a half to 2.5, 3 minutes sometimes. It all depends. But on the voice note, in short, I'm saying, hey, listen, um, I literally got involved with this company that uses these PMF devices. I knew nothing about it, but my friend Luigi introduced me to it, and I gave it to my mother-in-law, and she lost 20 pounds. But the cool thing is she's able to walk around now without her walker. It's also helped a lot of people with other things, with their arthritis or whatever the case. I'm not making any claims in my story. I'm just sharing stories. Okay. And then I say, and by the way, there's a huge opportunity here where this company's 3 years old, it's doing $1 billion worth of revenue. It's created about 500 millionaires in Asia, and there's only one in North America. We can be the next ones. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a tool. I'm going to send them to this website, eng.olynation.team. I'm going to say, I need you to watch these two short 5-minute videos. It's perfect for busy people like you and I. Okay. Let me know once you've watched it. Once they've watched it, okay, if they have questions, again, I'm not going to make any claims. I'm going to say, hey, let's use ChatGPT if this is going to help your fibromyalgia, your back pain, or whatever the case. I want them to find the answer on their own. And I don't want to make any claims about PMF or our devices as well. And then I'll show them any testimonies through the Telegram group. So if someone can put the testimony Telegram group in the chat, if you're not in that, that is a phenomenal tool to get stories from. Because if you don't have your story now, you can borrow mine, Luigi's, you can find stories in the testimonies and use them until you can create your own story. Then I share a short 5-minute video on the compensation plan or I explain it to them. Then at the end of that, the only thing I'm saying, this is my closing, okay? And I stole this from Van, okay? Van and Tuana has made over $1 million now, and I've stole it from them, and I used it because I figured, hey, if they're doing it and it's working for them, why wouldn't it work for me? And I literally just say, hey, now that you know what these products do, the timing of this company and how lucrative this is, I don't want to close you, but what do you want to do? And that's it. That's my closing line, okay? Now, switch gears here. When you do have your product, okay, you can do this in person as well without having to be a personal present or a professional presenter. Okay, so you invite them to your house, or they're maybe at your house for a drink, or they're visiting you. In the meantime, when my friends come over here, I'm just like, I pull out the machine. I'm like, hey, have you seen this thing? And I'm holding this big sucker. Like, what is that? Is that a weight scale? Is it a teleporter or whatever the case? I'm like, no, let me share a story with you. Sit down. And then I basically get their feet on the machine and I just make sure they don't have a pacemaker and they're not pregnant. And I'm sharing my story again. Okay. From there, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to use the tools, eng.olynation.team, and I'm going to play the videos for them. But I'm not just going to play the video and let them be. I'm going to watch the video with them because I need to engage with them. Okay. So now once the video is done, I'm going to use ChatGPT, share testimonies, and then I'm either going to explain the comp plan or show them a 5-minute video. And at the end of it, the same thing. Hey, I don't want to close. I'm just going to say, hey, now that you know what the company is, you've used the product, you understand how it's helping other people and understand the timing of this company and how much money we can make at this. I don't want to close you, but what do you want to do? And literally, that's all I do. Now, let me show you a real live example. And I use this picture here. I have I have other examples, but this is the one that
Uh,
I've kind of stitched together.
AR, just one thing
Yep.
I want you to make sure. After you show that example, I want you to finish with your signature punch, all right?
Okay. All right. I
People
will.
stay hearing that
Okay.
signature punch and keep me at least 20 minutes for the two speakers. I love you. This is
Okay. Sounds good. I'm almost done here anyway. So
fire. There's 100 people on it, JR. Congratulations, buddy.
thank you. So here's a real live example. I know it's a bit blurry because I took the screenshot and I had to stitch them together, but this is the best I could do. Here's the picture. I literally took a picture of my device. Have you seen this before? Weight scale. I shared my story. 2.5 minutes. As per my voice note, here is the link. The 5-minute short videos, perfect for busy people like you and I. Let me know when you've watched it. Watched it. Now I send the compensation plan. Okay. And then right at the end, he's like, okay, let's do it. I've literally done that over and over again. Okay. So that literally works. It's duplicatable. And you can also do that same similar thing in the home or when you go and visit your friend. Now, what Luigi is talking about is when it comes to the direct sales and network marketing, it's different from your job. A job you work 9 to 5, you put in your hours, you go home, and you get paid 2 weeks later. This here is different. Okay, it is more like it's a business and you got to treat it like a business. So in the beginning, it's literally going to be work, 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 finally get paid something. Okay. And then you get some experience. You've made some money now. Then it's going to be work, 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 get paid, work, 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 get paid, work, 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 work. Okay. Then it's going to be like work, 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 get paid, go to California for an event, buy a ticket for $200, get a hotel room, spend my own money, work, 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 get paid, work, 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 work. Okay. Eventually, this business literally flips. And this is the exciting part because when you get to a Luigi type or the Annas or the Tuan and Van, there's so many other people on this call, the Kwamis and all that stuff. It flips, okay? It is going to be work, work, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. You're going to go to your condo in Thailand that's paid for by the company, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, work, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid forever, right? When you build that duplication, you get your time back. So other than that, guys, I appreciate your time. I don't want to take up too much. I know there's more to talk about the promos and about the events that Luigi talked about, but I want to give enough time for the other speakers. I'm excited to hear from them. So Luigi, I'm going to hand it back to you. Thanks for having me on, bro.
Listen, first of all, thank you for hosting all these calls every week. And as you can see, there's some kind of excitement when it's about the money call, all right? We've been having 100 people on many calls here, but you know what? Thank you, everyone, all right? This community is just amazing. We just feel the energy growing more and more. By the way, Matthew, tomorrow we want to have you as a guest speaker on the leadership call with Anna. Do you want to accept it? It's done. All right. So you have Matthew on tomorrow's call. So tonight you're not going to speak. We're going to keep you for tomorrow, Matthew. Okay. And so for tonight, though, I'm going to start with the person I know personally that I'm going to invite, and he's going to invite his rock star coach Jenna. So because he knows her more than me. So let me do the introduction of somebody that I've known for many, many years, somebody that I've never worked with, somebody that I've seen him do a lot of things, just like he's seen me do a lot of things. Somebody that a year ago or 13 months ago when I started, he was one of the lucky ones that actually opened up a position under me, but never did nothing for 7, 8 months until one day. So what I did is that, like when you're trying to excite somebody on your team, there's no use pushing them. All right. There's no use pushing them. So what I did is instead of calling them up every day, hey, Pete, are you going to start something now? Are you going to do something? I never did that. All I did was I took a snapshot of what I was making, and every week I sent them a snapshot. That's all I did, Kwame. I just sent this guy a snapshot for 7 months in a row. And you know what he said for the first 3, 4 months, bud? He said, "Oh, that's nothing. I'm making more than that in this company." All right, no problem. So I kept on sending him snapshots until one day the balloon busted, and he said, "Okay, Bo, I got to pay attention." So he goes to his back office and he saw a huge leg. He said, "Okay, Luigi, let's do it." Pete, you're a good person. You have people that love you, respect you on your team, and that's a sign of leadership. You're attracting good people. You're very supportive to your team. You're always there. You're like Luigi, man. You're like, I mean, you're from morning to night. But you know what? You have to be careful when you're like Luigi. You have to find a way of delegating. You have to find a way of teaching people how to do things because you'll see that it'll become very overwhelming when you get to my point. Pete, how are you?
I'm so good. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear. Listen, share your
Uh,
story. You have 10 minutes, and I mean, yeah, just share your love of this company. Why have you grown so fast? Is there anything that you can share to this beautiful community on your wisdom?
Absolutely. Let me start out by saying, JR, unbelievable how you can share that much information that eloquently. It's just amazing. So I love the Wednesday calls. I don't know you, but I look forward to meeting you. And thank you again for rocking that. I'm Pete. I'm in San Diego. I've been doing network marketing for like 15 years. I started dabbling, but about 2012 got serious about it. Started out with some kind of info products and blogging and stuff, and then I kind of fell in love with health and wellness just a little over 10 years ago, and did really well at a company. Had a great life. Probably the most proud I am of, I was able to retire my wife, and she had her PhD, so it was a big deal for her to retire, but she wanted to, and I finally got to a point where she felt comfortable, and she said, "Okay, I'll retire because I trust you. You'll take care of me." And I have, and I'm never going back, right? So that was a big deal for me. It took about a year into my health and wellness journey that I was able to feel comfortable with that. And I love health and wellness because someone doesn't really have to sell it to other people or do anything. They can benefit from the product, right? Hopefully, right? If it's a good company, and we certainly have that here. So my company sold about a year ago, and that was okay. I was ready to move on, but they sold, and I did find myself in a position where I was really a little bit nervous. I think I could make money. I mean, I've been in the industry long enough. I think I could probably make money doing almost everything. But for me, I got to jump out of bed in the morning. I got to feel that passion. And I'm sure there's people selling briefcases of diamonds and cool stuff like that. But in my purview of the people I know, I have to believe that I'm doing the absolute best thing. And when I believe that and I convince myself that, then I jump out of bed in the morning and I can't wait to get to work, right? And that's the feeling I want. I want that Friday night feeling like the football players always talk about and stuff. So yeah, I was a little bit distraught, a little bit nervous. I didn't really want to do health and wellness supplements anymore. I definitely didn't want to do crypto. And I love crypto, but I didn't want to do crypto deals. Matt said I don't sleep. I didn't want to do crypto deals. I didn't want to do magic drinks anymore. And thank God that Luigi, yeah, he just caught me. He always stayed in touch. He was always very sweet, never pushy or anything. Invited me to Singapore one time. It just wasn't the right time. And man, he caught me in February, and I just was at that point. He caught me. I could hear it in his voice. I could see he looked so much better. He had lost a bunch of weight, and obviously he was doing really well financially. But his voice, I could hear just the happiness in his voice. And I said, okay, he did it. He did everything he said he was going to do. And I know he can show me what I know he can save me from going down and just I don't want to go through the motions every day. I want to be excited like every day, just an adventure. And so I got started right after that. I bought a shake, and I already had a P90 for a year. I thought it was great. The timing probably wasn't right a year ago. I probably, like Luigi always says, I would have quit because, the website wasn't exactly in English and you couldn't exactly take credit cards and stuff. So, I knew God was protecting me. It was the right time. It was the perfect time. And I showed it to a couple of the ladies that I really look up to. One of them was my mentor, Jenna, that's going to come on. She was mentoring me in digital products. And another two were two of my really good friends that I had just met this year, this past year. And we just became really good friends. And I really wanted to work with them. And then I dreamed about working with people like my friend Matt, my friend Tim, who joined today, and some other people. I said, eventually, I hope that they see it, they feel it, and that they come on board because we're still so early. It really doesn't matter. But anyway, that group came together and it just kind of took off. And I think I have about 250, 260 people now since mid-February and having the time of my life. And what I can say is don't hold back. Tell everybody. There's certainly a couple people I wish I could have talked to that joined that are doing really well. That's okay. I'm happy for them. I'm glad they're with the company. We're always friends. We're one big family. And I knew Twan and Van for like a long time. I didn't even know they were Luigi's upline. So that was a really cool bonus when we started. And they actually did a Zoom the night I decided to do it. And it's been great financially, but for me, I just want to feel that passion. I love PEMF, and I loved it 10 years ago. I don't know if you know this, Luigi. I have a friend, John. He used to come over with all these mats and different stuff, and I'd be like, "That's so cool, dude. How much is that mat?" And he'd be like, $10,000. I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm not buying no $10,000 mat." And so I never really pursued it much, other than trying out stuff when he would buy it. But I always thought it was great technology. And what I want to do is I want to be in the blue ocean. There's a book I read called The Blue Ocean Strategy. And what that means is I want to be in my own like water. I don't want to be competing with everybody. Nothing against all the people selling peptides and stuff, but I do not want to be in that bloody red ocean of competition. I think what we have here, because of the price, because of the timing, because they're coming to these various countries, Canada, America, Australia, I think we have a blue ocean and we have the perfect timing, man, because this is not an expensive product. It's really good high-tech technology. It's worldwide. We're in 150, 170 countries, whatever. We're about to have our first event here in Anaheim, my first event anyway. And that for me is everything. I love events. I can't wait to have an OlyLife t-shirt. I just get into the culture part of it. I love it. I want to feel like I'm part of a family. And one thing, all these years I've been doing this, I never made fun of my friends who love their job. I can't say that I ever really loved a job that much, but when you love a job, what do you have? You got security, you make lifelong friendships, you get to work on projects with people. And I don't want to sit here by myself, no matter how much money I could make. I would never want to just sit here by myself doing this by myself. So I have those things that people love their job. I live in Southern California. I certainly would never want to be on the freeway every day. I got a sick dog behind me. I spend every day with him. He's my baby boy. I would never want to leave the house. I get to have lunch with my wife. I get to go to lunch with my friends. And I just feel, and we're going to go to a concert tonight. Like, I just feel like I have this beautiful life. I don't need a Rolls Royce. I don't need all that, I don't need all that stuff. I need freedom and I need possibility and I need the people that I consider family. And I lost my mom and my dad, and I'm going to finish up. I lost my mom and my dad the last couple of years.
It's perfect. I love what you're saying.
And to me, what is family, right? Family to me, I talk to Matt every morning. I talk to Jenna. I talk to Lillian. I talk to Leanne. I talk to Tim. That's family to me now, right? I grew up an only child. That's family. Like, I want to have a family and I want to take care of my family and I want to show my family anything's possible. And everything I could ever want is here at OlyLife. Thank you, Luigi. You're the sweetest guy in the world. Thank you for never giving up on me. And thank God, guys, that there's no auto ship, because I guarantee I would have quit. I would have looked at it every month and go, no, 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 no. And I would have quit. So that's something really special we have too. And I just want to invite my friend, the beautiful Jenna, who coached me for the last couple of years on how to be better at what I do. And she gave and gave and gave, didn't even charge me anything. I paid $50 to be in her school and she coached me for years. So she's a wonderful person. I tried to get her to do stuff with me before. She finally agreed and it was a dream come true. And also Leanne, Matt, Tim, Lillian, all you guys. And if I'm forgetting you, I love you too. I do. So take it away, Jenna.
Just before I bring her on, I wanted to just add one last thing on what you said. Thank you very much for a very powerful. First time we hear you speak. You should actually speak more often, Pete. You're very good. All right. You're very
I
good.
will.
Thank you very much. And also, I like one thing that you said. I'd like to just emphasize because we'll have a good 10 minutes for Jenna too, is when you say we're so early, no matter like, listen, everyone, people are coming in from the industry in all industries all over. Big marketers from other networks, all right, auto ships are starting to notice us. They're actually signing up. I can see it on my team, left and right. Everybody's signing up big names. And a lot of those big names from those big companies that we know, they're all under the radar. You understand? Because they're big in their company. So they're not going to come in openly, but they're all coming in, rock stars. So if you think you're late, we haven't even scratched the surface. So even if you see someone in the company, oh, I could have had him, it doesn't matter. There's an endless supply of good people out there about to come in. The question is, will they come in under you or under somebody else? All right. Hey, I love you, Pete, man. This is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see you in California. And yes, one last time, thank you very much from all of us. All right. You got a lot of love in the chats there. All right. Looks like we're going to bring
Love
on
you guys.
a superstar that Pete just introduced to us, Miss Coach Jenna. She's a firecracker and very beautiful soul. She has energy. So if you want to listen to her and take something out of it, take it away, Jenna. It's all yours.
Hey, thank you so much, Luigi. JR, awesome presentation. And Pete, you know I love you. So Luigi is also another beautiful soul. So my name is Jenna Stone, Jenna Hamptons on Facebook. I closed down my old account, which, hello, everybody. I see you all out there and I love you all. And I see a lot of my students too for many, many years as well. So I've been in digital marketing more than network marketing, but I have been in network marketing in the industry for 2 decades. And people don't know this because I never really ran with a bunch of companies. I really am very selective and I'm not a serial MLMer. So for those of you who do know me, who have been with me in building teams, that's great. But then I've evolved into more of a digital marketer and a coach. So I have made 7 figures in this industry. And I just love, love, love helping people. I love what you said, JR. You know, teach people how to teach so you can go to the beach, right? Well, I live on the beach and I always teach from the heart. Pete's one of my top students. He's done amazing all these years that I've been with him. He's grown personal development. So before I get into what I want to give you a little bit of nuggets because I only have 5 minutes and I want to make this good for you. So the first thing that I talk about is branding. We don't sell machines. We sell hopes and dreams. The whole idea of being in Ollie is to have leverage. And JR touched upon it as far as leverage is concerned. I do not do Zooms nightly. I don't do lives. I don't do YouTube. I don't do TikTok. I really don't do a whole lot. And I built the fastest team. Luigi's always complimenting me and Pete in a matter of minutes, it seems, right? I got qualified 24 hours later. I built a M1. I did it probably in like 7 days. I have to look at my calendar. And then I'm at M2 now, 2,000 away, meaning the next person that I'm probably going to sign up tonight, I'll hit M2. So, and I only started late February. I got my machine mid-February, but I didn't get it until the end of February. And what Pete has, left out real quick is that he asked me, he goes, I have this machine, I haven't gotten in, but if you tell me as my mentor to run, I'm going to run with you. And we jumped in together and we have not stopped. I told him to go after Matt. Matt knows I love him. I've known him for years. Okay. But we never worked together. Now we work together. So everyone that is in our team, I have Kelsey. She's my awesome runner. Ginny, I can go on and on and on who we have in the team right now. And Jerry and they're my family. They've been in my community for years. So it's not like I just started yesterday, but I built a community. And this is where the secret sauce is, okay? Again, I only have a few minutes. Build a community, not just on Facebook, because the social media can go away. They can close your account. Like I said, I closed my 09 account. I had 20,000 followers. I opened up under a new name. I live in Southampton. So I'm Jenna Hamptons, but I'm Jenna Stone. So bottom line, build a community. I always say ABC, always be connecting. That is very key because the people that stick with me stay with me long term. And one other thing is make sure that you're actually branding you. When people buy the machine, they can buy it from anyone. If they love you, they're going to buy from you. Now, what I mean by love is people buy people. They don't buy machines. We don't have like glitter machines. We don't have diamond studded machines. There's no machines out there that are going to be any different than if I sell them or you sell them. So make sure people love you. In other words, they trust. People like to go with not, no, like, and trust. I say no, like, and love, because once I'm in your heart, it's very hard to get me out of your heart. Once you're in mine, very hard to get you out of my heart. So when people buy, they don't buy on logic or science, or they don't. But I always lead with the product. So I'm going to give you a gift, everyone here on this call. If you go to whatspemf.com, that's WATSPEMF.com. There's no link to me, nothing. It's a gift. It's a domain. You click it, and it's the latest video that I fell in love with. It's like 5 minutes. So this is my strategy, and I know I only have a couple of minutes, and I'm from New York. I probably talk way too fast, but I'm going to share this with you. When people reach out to me, either on social media or, oh, awesome, Deborah lives near the Hamptons. Awesome, we have to meet up. So if people reach out to me from social media, and I don't post a whole lot. I mean, I don't think I posted the last 2 days. And my Facebook is not a billboard for OlyLife or for these machines. It's not. I do love stories. Stories sell. BS tells, right? No, stories sell. So here's what it is. Stories, when people reach out to me, I do have a link. The link could be anything about PEMF. So when people reach out and they message me, I voice text them. I ask them, hey, thanks for reaching out. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of PEMF? 90% of the people talk about blue ocean opportunity. I use that a lot. Blue ocean. I do use unicorn. I've been using these terminologies, and I have used them for this industry. Okay. If people reach out to you, or when they reach out to me, I ask them, let me ask you a question. And again, we get a little chit chat out of the way. Have you heard? I'm just curious. Have you heard of PEMF? And when they say, no, what's that? I said, do me a favor. Go to whatspemf.com. Go there. I'm not going to look to sell you anything. This is not one of those things, like not one of those things. I just want you to see what's so exciting to me. So again, check it out. Go to whatspemf.com. Check out the 5-minute video of why I am so into this health and wellness, technology. And then let's have a chat. See how easy that is? Because for me, if I'm going to lead with the opportunity, and I believe me when I tell you, I miss money. Like everyone knows Jenna Stone, money bags. Okay. They know that already. But when I'm talking to people about Ollie, I never lead with the opportunity unless I know it's like JR, or if I know it's Luigi, if I know it's somebody that is a marketer. But most people that I'm in touch with are not. I have a Facebook now, 400 people. I'm going to say 75 to 80% are not marketers. So I always lead with the products. And then I have a conversation with people. Do you know that I have recruited, I don't know, Luigi can tell you the number, but I only set out to recruit 2 people. And I think I have over 50 of my personals, if not more. I haven't counted them, but every time I turn around, I just brought in somebody yesterday, and I have 2 more waiting. So my leads don't stop. They keep going. And where do they find me? Well, I do have TikTok, just my name there. I am Jenna Stone Official. So what happens is people go there and they find me. I link my Facebook to all my social media so people know I'm Jenna Hampton Stone and they do find me. But here's the biggest part that happens. When they connect with me, I'm not the used car salesman. I'm not that serial MLM that I just started another company 5 days ago and then I left and I took all my people with me. Not like that. What they know is that I'm going to teach them something. So what's PEMF.com is my gateway. I don't do lives, but I do have a 13-minute overview and I brand my team. So I don't have my face on it. It says Jenna Stone on the bottom, but it just says the shift is our team, because the shift to me means that something is clicking. It's not just the shift because it's the machines. It's within your soul. When you have, sorry, my dog is barking. When you have a frequency, when you have high vibration, when you're on a high level, that to me is the shift. The shift is not just about any one thing. You're evolving. When your central nervous system is relaxed, and this is what I learned because I didn't come from money. When it's relaxed, your money comes to you effortlessly. So the affirmations for me that I say, because I always say, God first, family second, business last. That's always been my case. But when you think about affirmations, money comes easily to me. Okay, could be a Bentley. Sorry, money comes easily to me. Okay, and so when you start to operate on a central nervous system that's relaxed, wealth becomes to you in abundance. So, in closing, I do want to say a couple of words because I know, like I said, Luigi gave me the least amount to talk, and that's okay. I will get him next time. Just kidding. Bottom line, put your best foot forward in Ollie, because this is where I planted my flag. I believe in personal development and training of our team, because if you show them how to do it, then you're duplicating systems. You're not duplicating yourself. Not everyone's going to want to go live. Not everyone's going to do nightly Zooms. You want to have systems. That's why Van and Twan systems work, JR's. Everybody that has a system that anybody can plug in. And the other thing is, I always stay in phase one. I'm always looking for the next best person to bring in, but I don't look at them as a dollar sign. I look at them as, hey, this machine is going to help them. And you don't know who's going to build and not. So I don't worry about it. I just invite them to take a look, let them buy the machine, let them fall in love with the machine. And listen, every dud knows a stud and every stud knows a dud. So don't put so much pressure on yourself or other people to have to produce. Everyone in my team knows, get your 2 to get bonus qualified. I will help you. But beyond that, you have to do the work, and nobody can want this more for you than you. So you're not going to push rope. You're going to inspire, because you can't motivate from the outside. You can only self-motivate. I can only inspire you. I can't motivate you. I can't push you to do something, right? But at the end of the day, we are all here, one family, one love. I invite everyone, anyone to learn from me. I'm learning from everyone. I am the perpetual student. There is nothing that I can't learn from someone. I'm like from the janitor to the CEO. And at the end of the day, let's have one love, one frequency, operate at such a high level, positive energy, positive life, positive vibes. Back to you, Luigi, and thank you for having me on.
Listen, what a great call we had today. JR nailed that first half. But honestly, Pete, I was really impressed with his speech. And Coach Jenna, you're a natural, all right? Let's be honest here, all right? At least the first day I met you, the first thing that you said to me, Luigi, me, you don't know me, eh? I said, no, I don't know you. Says, me, I'm coming in, I'm going to blow this up. I mean, that was from day one. So listen, all I got to say, I could see Anna laughing there because she loved a lot of the things that you were saying. It's like these calls are so important, everyone, because you need to understand, like, it's mindset, it's, heart, it's, a little bit of nuggets from a whole bunch of people. But when you see people like so many people, and in this community, hats off to everyone. All right, there's just wow, what a menu of great speakers. And even if we're cross line, I love what you said. And where does that come from? One love, one frequency. Where does it come from? Hey, where does it come from?
From you,
OlyLife.
from you. You teach us that all the time, all the
It comes
time.
from me. All right, I love you, Jenna. Hey, I can't wait to hug you in Anaheim. All right.
I cannot wait to hug you, and I cannot wait to see everyone in June. I cannot wait.
All right. To close this call, I'm going to let Anna close the call for today. Give us some remarks on tonight's call and close it off. It's all yours, darling.
Wow, guys, what an amazing call that was. Just drop a 1 right now in the chat if that call completely blew your mind. But I don't know, like it just shifted something in my heart. Jenna, Pete, and JR, honestly, I just feel so humbled to be part of this community and to access the inspiration, the wisdom, the excitement, just the gifts that you bring, just being yourself and being able to bring this to the community. It just means so much to me and my team, and everyone here on this call is one family. And Pete, you said it, like we come to these things to build family, to build connections that we are going to have for the rest of our lives. And Luigi, I have to take my hat off to you because you really have created a culture in our family, and it does feel like family, where we just want to support each other. We just want to be together. We want everyone to win. I've never experienced anything like this in my own life. My own dad, my own father is on this call right now. So I have got the support of my loved ones. My husband is my partner. But I have to say that everybody here, I can see you, Susie, Rosanna is on this call. I mean, there are just so many of my soul family that are my family. We were not blood relatives, but we feel like family. And there is an awakening. Jenna, I love the shift. I love the shift, but you actually get to be part of the frequency awakening, which is another shift. It's a phenomenon that's happening in the world right now. And we are all tapping into that and midwifing this frequency awakening that is happening in the world right now. And Pete, you said so many things. The vehicle itself has so many ways that we get to express this awakening. The business model, the compensation plan, of course, the products, but the hopes and the dreams that are awakening and coming back, the way that we're igniting each other. One of the ways that we're building in our team is we're out on the road at the moment and we're doing this amazing Australian tour together. It's not any one person, it's teams coming together, and even cross-line teams helping each other to bring the knowledge, the inspiration, the ignition to the world right now and get people's feet on the devices, these beautiful, beautiful technologies that are helping to awaken everybody. There is no one way that is going to be the way. It's basically, it's your heart, and what ignites you is what's going to open it up for somebody else. So we're so blessed to have so many different leaders sharing the ways that they share, and we get to decide what is it that's lighting, not even decide, we feel it in our soul. That's what's lighting me up. I'm going to try that today. Like as you were sharing, JR, about testimonials, in that moment, I just was like, right, we're underutilizing hundreds of testimonials in the Oli Nation group. So I created a beautiful graphic that I'm going to share with everyone on this call in the groups, and ideas, 3 different ways that we can share those testimonials right now today to change someone's life. Because that's what lit me up. And I think it's taking action on inspiration in that moment and not holding back that is going to take you, your business, your family to that next level. just take the brakes off. So I'm just so blown away, and I'm going to find it really hard to really close this off and like really tie a bow on it. But I just want to say that every day we offer calls like this to plug into, because what happens is we get so excited and it's so just so brilliant and overwhelming. And then we go 24 hours and we go through, like, life happens and we go through lulls, and we need to reconnect. We need to plug in, and we need to plug into these calls every day. So I'm just going to invite us all back in 24 hours, same channel, same time, right? Where we're going to come back to the Star Maker call, and we're going to reignite each other all over again with the sparks and the wisdom that we have in this family, in this and in this community. So with that, thank you so much, everybody that shared, everybody that commented, that shared some love hearts. We feel this community. We love this community, and everyone is so precious to us in this community. I don't know, I've been in network marketing also for about 20, 30 years, and I've never worked with this level of this caliber, this heart, this alignment. Everyone is so in tune. And I just want to say thank you for saying yes to OlyLife. We're going to create the most amazing things together. So with that, thank you guys who shared. See you tomorrow, same time, same channel. We're going to do this. Thank you, everybody. Love you, Luigi. See you again for another phenomenal call tomorrow, guys.
All right, everyone. Come on camera. Let's take a screenshot.